This is Joshua Farnsworth. Welcome to my traditional woodworking school. In this video, Will Myers shows how to install hinges on a traditional cupboard. In this case, a reproduction clock case. In the previous video, he laid out and cut hinge mortises. In this video, he continues by showing how to accurately locate the screw hole locations, bore the screw holes, prepare the screws, and finally add the screws to the door.
One more just a little detail, and we've kind of already covered it, but I kind of wanted to mention it on the doors again. I've took our locations we transferred, and I went ahead and finished cutting the mortises, and I've got most of the holes bored for the screws. And you see our little hinge fits real nice in there, and that's what you want. So once you get it fitted, like I said, we covered this on the case earlier, but I'm going to go ahead and take a pencil, mark these, and then we'll take just a little pointed tool. The reason I don't go straight to the drill bit, it's just easier to get, you use the awl to make you a little pilot hole to start in. You want these pretty accurate, so it's just easier to start the drill bit in an accurate, in a little hole instead of just on flat wood. So right here, you see my drill bit. I've got a piece of tape on it, and that is for reference on how deep I'm going. If you remember, these doors are 1/2 inch thick, and we've just made an 1/8 inch little mortise for this hinge to set in. So those 1/2 inch screws, if we run them all the way in, they're right at the surface on the other side anyway. So, and of course, when we were doing our pre-bores, we don't want to bore all the way through with that. So I'm just going to just real quick just kind of go down, and my tape is just a little bit high up, so I'm going to stop just a little short of the tape. Okay, so you can see what we've got there. Real simple.
Hey, I just want to thank you for watching our video, and also take a few seconds to let you know about our traditional woodworking store, which you can visit while taking a class or by visiting woodandshop.com/store. You'll find our amazing products to help you grow in traditional hand tool woodworking, including our in-person and video woodworking classes, hand tools and workbenches, woodworking plans, traditional wood finishes, shirts and hats, and cool hand tool woodworking gifts for your loved ones. Okay, back to the show.
But now we've got to, I was talking about the screws. Once I put the screw in the hinge and I put it down here, I'm almost all the way through the door. These are 1/2 inch screws. On the original clocks, if you want to be totally original, you need to run the screw all the way through or bore all the way through, because they're filled on the lower doors on 2 of the clocks. So even perfectionist Isaac Young's, I don't know, it's almost like he did it on purpose, because, but why in the world he would do it on purpose, I don't know, but the holes are all the way through and he's filled them from the face side. So if one thing you may not want to copy is that. So to prevent that, number one, before I trim these, I'm going to go ahead and start them in the holes, get a few little threads in there. And then, of course, you don't want to drive this all the way down. We just want to get it started like it would, normally start while the screws are pointy. And I'm using one thing I forgot to mention there too, 1/8 inch drill bit. Butternut is, of course, very soft, and if you were using a harder wood, you would probably want to use just one size bigger. So, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I'm going to take about 1/8 off this screw. I'm just going to nip the pointy part. They come to a little cone down here, so we need to, just as insurance, I'm going to nip that little pointy part off. So that way I know when the screws tighten down that I'm not going to go all the way through. So once you do that, then you can of course put your hinges, run your screws all the way in, tighten the hinges up. So just like that. And I've got some right here that I've already trimmed. Now the ones going into the case, you don't need to trim them, leave them full length. But one thing to definitely remember after you trim these is to keep them separate from the ones going into the case. So we're gonna have to take this thing apart, take the doors on and off a few times here coming up. So, as you take them out, put the shortened ones in a separate pile, or what I usually do is put them away from me, so I'll remember when I go get them that these are the shorter ones and they need to go in the doors. So,
if you're interested in learning traditional woodworking, come take a class at our school in Earlysville, Virginia. You can also visit our website at woodandshop.com, where you'll find a bunch of free woodworking lessons, workshop tours, and our very popular tool buying guides. And make sure you subscribe to our free newsletter to get our latest articles and videos. Enjoy!